Connect the world with Becky Anderson.
It all starts here. Changing, fighting, creating, connecting. Real news that shapes our world. Getting perspective on this region from this region. Places that many of us know, but few of us get to see. It all starts here. And that's why we're here, bringing you the world from our Middle Eastern hub.
Connect the world with Becky Anderson, Sunday to Thursday on CNN.
The greatest resource we have are the Ghanaian people. What we are determined to do is to empower the Ghanaian people to be active players in the 21st century economy. It is to give them the education and the skills that would allow them to be able to compete effectively in this very complex global environment. And we decided that for this generation, the state should take on that responsibility of financing the education of. So we've got a free senior high school system. We're training a whole generation of young Ghanaians to be able to play really active, productive parts in the development of our country. I don't think we can have a better arrangement than that. But I think that the development of our human capital, for me, is the overarching number one priority. It's not resources that build nations, it's people. And that is what we're trying to do in Ghana.
This is CNN.
This is CNN News Now. Hello, I'm Natalie Allen.
It's been really, really good. Thank you. Thank you very much.
CNN World Rugby, tonight on CNN, in association with DHL.
The fight for the old city is the closing chapter of ISIS's presence. They have left absolute devastation in their wake. Extraordinary to stand exactly where ISIS may, in fact, have been plotting attacks against the West. We get rare permission to enter. We're headed now to deep inside gang territory.
Venezuela's dark lurch into poverty and chaos. This crisis all created by the mad policies of a government that now wants to hide the collapse.
Eerily quiet, isn't it? This city almost constantly living with the threat of a Russian invasion.
One of the most remote places on the planet. CNN gained rare access to the island to see the shocking toll of our daily habits.
They just seem to be following us wherever we go.
Mission planning, American air power.
I'm Julia Chatterley. I'll speak to newsmakers, risk takers, and the ultimate game changers.
First Move with Julia Chatterley, weekdays on CNN.
CNN.com/African Voices.
More power, more speed, more innovation.
Formula E continues to blaze the trail towards our electric future. Join me, Nikki Shields, for the ride on CNN Supercharged. As the sport gains momentum on and off the track, we travel the world to bring you electrifying races and show you the technology driving the latest in eco-friendly transport.
CNN Supercharged, Saturday on CNN, in association with DHL.
Global economies are part of what we do every day. We have to look at that, we have to analyze that, we have to really digest what is going on to be able to take our decision where and how we make our investments. Investors will always gravitate to where the return on their investment is higher. Keeping their investment in the US because the interest rate is higher there favors them at this point in time, but it's not going to be that way forever. About 28 years ago when I started the bank, many foreign investors called me and said, look, aren't you worried about the economy? Because actually then it was during the military rule. And they asked, who starts the bank during the military rule? But really, it's the environmental factor is what you need to look at, not necessarily the government, because the government will change. And they did change.
Tuesday, an exclusive interview for the first time ever with an American TV network. German Chancellor Angela Merkel sits down for an in-depth conversation, one-on-one with Christiane Amanpour, Tuesday on CNN.
Today, Trump gets the royal treatment in Japan as the trade war with China and the fight to rein in North Korea rage on. Fareed and the panel take on the state of U.S.-Asia relations. Fareed Zakaria, GPS. Today.
I think it's expertise and passion for the story.
If you've been there, you know what's going on.
CNN Today with Michael Holmes and Amara Walker. Today.
And now, a moment of wonder from Great Big Story.
I am Philip Paul Widener. I'm the owner and builder of Goose Creek Tower. I went to MIT and I'm kind of a frustrated architect, so I like building. I just designed it out of my head. We didn't have blueprints. We drew it out on cardboard, plywood, just as we were going. What I'm going to end up doing eventually is put some hooks there and hang pots and pans off them, because this is the kitchen. I started to build a 40 by 40 scribe log cabin. And I realized I could put pillars on top and put another house on top of house. And I just kept going. We got to 185 feet and we stopped because 200 feet is federal airspace. I wanted to be able to see. And that's the reason I went up. And of course, when the northern lights are out, you can really see.
For more stories like this, visit GreatBigStory.com.
I'm Anna Stewart in the City of London, and this is CNN.
Thinking of banking in Africa? Think Zenith. In today's fast-moving, fast-changing world, you need a financial partner that understands your unique expectations. A bank with presence in major financial centers across the world, with the enabling platform to facilitate seamlessly, whenever, wherever, however. A bank with best-in-class financial solutions from a superb combination of technology and human touch for easy, fast, and secure banking that creates real value. Turning dreams into reality is now in your hands. People, technology, service. Zenith Bank, in your best interest.
We have different rhythms in the Pacific culture. The most important instrument is the marimba. The marimba is like a piano to the jungle. I love so much things about my city. The most important for me is the color. The color of Cali, I think that is different to the rest of the world.
Thinking of banking in Africa? Think Zenith. In today's fast-moving, fast-changing world, you need a financial partner that understands your unique expectations. A bank with presence in major financial centers across the world, with the enabling platform to facilitate seamlessly, whenever, wherever, however. A bank with best-in-class financial solutions from a superb combination of technology and human touch for easy, fast, and secure banking that creates real value. Turning dreams into reality is now in your hands. People, technology, service. Zenith Bank, in your best interest.
Tuesday, an exclusive interview for the first time ever with an American TV network. German Chancellor Angela Merkel sits down for an in-depth conversation, one-on-one with Christiane Amanpour. Tuesday on CNN. CNN World Rugby, tonight on CNN, in association with DHL.
Inside Africa, in association with Zenith Bank. Today, WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange charged under the Espionage Act. Brian looks into the First Amendment issues being raised. Why Assange's indictment has journalists so alarmed. Reliable sources. Today.
To act upon one's convictions while others wait, to create a positive force in a world where cynics abound.
How concerned are you by the changes that you've seen?
To provide information to people
Just the latest
when it wasn't available before.
We've now witnessed for ourselves that children are working here, that they are involved.
A whole new way of life this island has to get used to.
To offer those who want it a choice.
They also want to grow their economy peacefully.
It's literally taken my breath away.
For the people whose thirst for understanding and a better life, I dedicate the cable news network.
I'm Becky Anderson in Matarara in Mozambique, and this is CNN.
In the past, business leaders have felt that their job is, to worry about the next quarter's earnings, to worry about the shareholders, and then to leave governments and social sectors to worry about If we can actually now bring more and more and more entrepreneurs and business leaders into the fold and actually tackling issues, I think we can get on top of the problems of the world much quicker.
We live in such a fast-paced world where the news has been so relentless. Historic events have happened one after the other. I think that you need that daily appointment with viewers around the world to try and sort through the news of the day. What's important? Why does it matter to me? How do I put it all in context? We follow the news as it happens and where it happens. And then we also take a step back to walk the viewer through the day's news. That is the mission of Hala Garani tonight.
You are watching an auction of human beings.
There were 12 Nigerians that were sold. Right here is where the girls would have been taking their school leaver exams.
You'll never go back to school?
Yes.
This is the new front line here in Mogadishu. The last time we were here nearly 2 years ago, the government and the African Union controlled only a triangle of territory.
A woman suspected of Ebola has died and they're going to bury her. To come anywhere near the body, we have to suit up.
Because of the way that the fighting is isolating these communities and cutting off neighborhoods, it has become the de facto general hospital.
This whole patch of ground is mass graves. They found about 150 bodies.
What the airstrikes and the ground offensive didn't destroy, ISIS rigged to blow.
Her son is an ISIS fighter. He's threatened to kill her if she speaks publicly.
After more than half a century of revolt, the Republic of the South of Sudan is fulfilling its dream.